I just got to London, and I want to tell you something, right? It's exactly 10 years since we started doing business, myself and my business partner. So today, I want to spend some time with him so that we can come up with a 10-year plan of how we want to take the business to the next level. We had a previous plan initially, and now we want to spend a bit of time planning properly how we want to take the business forward, right? So I'm going to go see him, and I'm going to show you guys some of the things you're going to be discussing. Maybe you can apply some of these principles in your business, right? So let's go. So I just came to see Ed, and we're going to have a quick discussion about our business. We're very close to 10 years. I think just a few days, right? So I want to find out what this guy's been doing for the past 10 years, and what plans we can have for the business, like I said. So that's my man over there. That's my man.
Hello guys.
So that's my business partner.
I'm right here.
Yeah, and he's been amazing. So we're gonna go and then have a quick chat. Like, we wanted to use it for the home.
Yeah, he's asking me what am I gonna do about it? So I'll get back to him and say, what does he think we can do? Because when I was asking him, he said we should just focus on one, isn't it?
Okay.
So I thought, let's finish that one. We did this one, then hey.
Yeah, and I feel like that was part of the plan anyway. That if that one doesn't go through, then we'll take our time and then do this one.
And if this goes through, then hey.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Solid. Yeah. So you see, on a regular, right? When we meet, it's usually, we don't really plan our conversations. It's usually we just start talking, isn't it? And then like things come up and then we follow them up. But in terms of leadership for the business, when we first started, it's always been, I was in the business for a bit, then I go and work for extra money, then Ed comes into the business, then he goes off. That's always been how we've worked it out. But I want to hear from this man's point of view.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. You know, I mean,
I think it was your idea though.
Yeah, just so that we could actually be able to keep our family going. Remember when we said that we're actually going to sleep in the
pharmacy? Yeah,
and then just there, but that was just a bad idea. We were just zealous, but we were ready to sleep in the pharmacy, so that we could actually get the business moving. So
that's been fantastic. Okay, so the last 10 years, I think I did 5 years here in the business, and then I left to carry on with our venture in Ghana.
Yeah.
But I feel like now we've done half. You haven't done your share
of Ghana.
Ghana. So at some point that has to happen.
I have to come and serve my time.
You have to do your part. You have to do your part.
Yeah.
But what do you think we did, or under your leadership, what do you think you've done in the business initially that you would say, okay, this is the biggest learning that I have done personally, you yourself?
Yeah, I think under my leadership is really trying to get a good working staff, like having the right staff, fulfilling the right roles, and really trying to push the business forward. That, I would say, that's been the most effective or the biggest thing that I have done in the business. Whereas when you were away, put it that way, when not away, I mean, I know you're in Ghana, I call it looking for greener pastures, okay? It's not just the UK that's a greener pasture. So yeah, just really trying to organize the staff, putting them together, making sure that we're effective, making sure that the right staff are doing the right thing. So that's what I would say has been my biggest input in that.
I think you've missed one.
Which
you know what I think has been your biggest input, Ed?
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's been compliance.
Oh yeah. I've been very, very aggressive compliance. Anyway, I think I'll let you finish and I'll touch on that.
I think it's been compliance. Because I think I think I was a bit rough and ruthless, and maybe a little bit more shrewd. But you took your time to make sure compliance and everything was spot on.
No, I couldn't wait to actually comment on that one. And he's laughing because now our biggest hook is compliance.
Yeah.
If we're not compliant, we're not touching it. And we'll pay money for any sort of consultant to help us be compliant.
Yeah.
And I think in business, if there's anything that we've learned, actually, one of the biggest lessons is it pays to be compliant, but it's even, it pays more not to be compliant, because if let's say if a compliant officer will cost you 2,000, right, and you refuse to pay that 2,000, and then you are fined non-compliant, you might end up paying 10,000 to correct that mistake. Especially when you get a regulator at your back. So it's key for us now that in all our businesses we want to make sure we're 100% compliant.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Now, I think for me the most important thing is the next 10 years. What's our plan for the business? What do we really want to do in terms of diversifying our portfolio? Making sure that we've really secured the business properly. Without any fears of losing what we have, things like that. And I think the top thing that I keep thinking about is delving hugely into the real estate market here. Both in the UK and in Ghana. And we've tried Dubai as well. We've had conversations around Dubai as well.
That's right.
So that's one, diversifying into real estate. And then I'll probably say number 2 is more private services, as we mentioned. Number 3, if we can, definitely is to step up on the wholesale side of the business.
Yeah, absolutely. You forgot to mention the children's home, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
That's something that we're looking to explore.
But that's huge.
And go into partnerships as well, right?
Yeah.
With people, and also the domiciliary care, which is the care sector, which we think would be a good idea to look at. I'm just looking at it. I'm just reading from here because today I was literally writing some stuff down, and I'll just say so you can have a bit of a laugh, if anything at all.
Okay.
I was literally putting things down like to Ghana, looking at even a bank, loan, a mortgage facility. I was actually thinking quite large.
To expand the real estate we're doing over there.
Yeah, I don't know if at one point, I don't know if it's too big of a vision to think of, but at one point, own a bank, own a that we can lend,
Okay. There's something a lot of people do there. It's called the savings and loan
facilities. Yeah?
Facilities. Yeah, They usually start off with that, through the Bank of Ghana license. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so I think maybe we can look at that. We can look at that. But while you're mentioning Ghana, I think we also spoke about hospital.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
and
even a school as well. But finish that one.
School, and then limiting the pharmacies to five solid,
that's
high-end pharmacies.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about farming. I put here farming in Ghana.
We did.
Just to explore what we can actually do. Yeah.
So there's quite a lot. I think we've done quite a bit in the last 10 years, and the next 10 is exciting. For me, networking is one of the, personally, is one of the the top things that I wanna focus on as well, to make sure that I increase the network of people that I have at the right places. Because I think that's going to be the fuel for any other business that we're going to do. Because as we go into partnership with other people, we need good networks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. And I think also adding to that, as we network, I'm also looking at really for us to be able to delegate. And having the right staff do the right thing. I keep stressing because we're only going to get busier, with all these things that we want to start. We can't tie ourselves to one thing. And I think we're having a conversation about someone like the likes of Richard Branson, how he runs his business, where he has so many, is it 400?
Yeah, it's about 400 subsidiaries, man.
Yeah, and he has a very good target woman or person that is able to...
I think the name is... this I forget Harry. Oh, no, there's a name like that. Okay. Yeah. I read about that lady. Yeah. She's really good.
Having people that we can trust and work with will allow us to be able to actually, expand into all these things that we're thinking of diversifying.
Absolutely. But 10 years hasn't been easy. It's been like this, up and then down. And anytime I speak about business, I speak about Ed and our level of collaboration to do business together. It's been a lot of arguments, healthy arguments. It's been a lot of, I don't agree, Derek, I don't agree, Ed, but then in the end, decisions have to be made. But I think everything has stemmed from the fact that he's a lot more mature than I am. He deals with his emotions a lot better than I do. So we don't tend to have a lot of emotional turmoil, if I may say. There was a time we had I think a 2 or 3 hour argument at the car park. We paid for the car park, right? And then we stood and then we carried on the argument. We went back and paid again. And I got home and I told my mom, look, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, man. I don't know, man. And then he called me and like, bro, have you got home? And I was like, okay, we're back in business, So it's been great. It's been fantastic.
I think, our partnership has been divine. I mean, that's what I call it. And I could really see God kind of behind all this things that we've done, the things that we've gone through. We've had, like you said, up and downs, and we always come out the other side strong, better. And the key thing is just more wise, I would say, because we come out like, okay, from now on we will not do this again.
Yes, we will not do this again. You learn from your lessons, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's been a wonderful partnership.
I think it has. So let's say, and we do this quite often. So before, right, I'll pick up the phone and I'll be like, bro, what's the plan for this morning? We used to do that quite a lot. That it was basically a check-in, right? I'll be checking in. I'm like, what's the plan for today? And then he told me, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then he would do the same with me. And what I realized that's for us is it keeps you in check, and if you're lazying about, you're like, oh, this guy's asking me, what I'm doing today, right? So I need to find something to do. I need to find something to do. It really helps. Yeah, this is not exactly an interview, man. It's just the two of us having a conversation around our business. It really helps. And I also think the one thing as well that we've done that's really helped is we used to pray on a Tuesday. We used to fast and pray on a Tuesday, right? That came from the fact that, Ed loves the things of God, right? So we had to bring something in that also aligns with his beliefs and the things that he is dear to his heart. So we prayed every Tuesday, had a fast, and it was amazing. It was amazing. That I think there's a saying that goes, a family that eats together stays together. But bro, a family that prays together stays together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now we're thinking beyond the two of us, right? We're thinking generational. And I think anyone that has a business that is running or thinking of getting into this venture or partnership. And by the way, Ed is a Ghanaian, right? And I'm also Ghanaian. So some of us, we do think that two Ghanaians can work together and make it work. We've done it and it's worked and it's working. So now we're thinking generational. We're thinking beyond what the two of us have, to try and do things, establish things better for ourselves. But hey, you got something to say, bro?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think, we're really heavily thinking beyond ourselves now. Yeah. We're looking at legacy. Yeah. We're looking at what we're leaving for our children and what, how we can make sure that the platforms that we didn't get, they have it.
Yeah.
And they're not just have it, but they're also able to maintain it. Yeah. Hence what you want to go and do and all of that. And I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
With regards to
the MBA.
The MBA that you're looking forward to.
Oh yeah. So I said, right, after 10 years of doing business, and this was part of my personal statements as well, I said, everything has been bootstrapped. It's been financially bootstrapped and also knowledge-wise. But now, I want to do it properly, right? I want to understand what people are being taught, and how to actually do business properly, to lay the foundations well. So I want to go and do an MBA. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully I get accepted, and hopefully my boss pays for it.
No, I'm excited for it, because our partnership has been that, as we check in on each other, and Derek will bring a brilliant idea, and it's like we've run. We just I'm just so looking forward to actually doing this, because I know when you do go do it, you will bring us something crazy in a good way that will take the business to the next level. So bring it on. If it's 100,000, I'm sure after you finish, you end up giving us $1 million.
I hope so, man.
Make it
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. But thank you so much, guys, for watching this vlog. I did say that this is partly one of the reasons why I came here, to understand, where the business is going and what we're trying to do. Yeah. So stay with me.